This is the first female fight of the night. This is Zoe Marshall coming out for the black team. She is 31 and a stockroom assistant. Coming out for the gold team, a support worker, age 26, goes by the name Charmaine Teakel. So it's Teakel in the gold corner. She's 26. Against 31-year-old Zoe Marshall in the black corner. And after that last fight, the audience are quite riled up. Well, Marshall coming in with the gloves up, but it does seem that Teakel is the one really laying into Marshall here. Marshall's going to have to do something. And the ref counting Marshall out there because Teakel is an absolute onslaught. The ref is saying to Marshall she's going to have to do something. She's going to have to fight back. And gloves up at all times because he cannot let the fight continue if it's as one-sided as that with Teakel just laying in. Teakel going in, she just put her gloves up this time. Marshall's going to have to do something else. Teakel again just absolutely laying into Marshall here. Marshall really needs to respond. She's got to step back. She keeps turning away and it's just not going to work. Marshall is throwing back, but only after Teakel's receded for a very brief moment, but it's not long before Teakel responds again with an onslaught of punches. And Marshall here, she's not looking at Teakel, she needs to keep her eyes on Teakel, she needs to keep her distance, and she needs to throw the jab at the right length, get the timing right. Right now, Teakel is just laying into her opponent. And I wonder how long it'll be before the referee stops this if it does continue. Marshall is making some effort to come back, but the jabs from Teakel just keep getting in. The overhands, Marshall just briefly turning her back there. And Teakel really now, well, what can you say? Marshall seemingly tried to do the right thing. She's throwing the guard up, then jabbing and throwing the guard up immediately again, but it's not going to work unless she really watches where she's placing those jabs. And that fight was nearly stopped during round one there, because Teakel was all over her. Marshall's really going to have to change her game plan if she wants to win this fight. Oh, but Marshall did land an overhand there, but Teakel immediately responds. There was an overhand landed by Marshall, and I think it's made Teakel just a little bit cautious. She's realised that Marshall can actually do a bit of damage, but once again, Marshall has this odd way of closing up and just turning her shoulder and backing into the ropes. It's not a good thing to do, because Teakel will just follow her onto the ropes and lay into her there. But Teakel once again got her on the ropes. Marshall just manages to fight her off a bit. Marshall swinging wildly to nothing but open air. It's very tiring. She's starting to look quite tired now. Again, turning her head away, not looking. Teakel, on the other hand, focused, but Marshall once again manages to get her. Don't write Marshall off yet, you never know. Again, lands another jab to the face of Teakel. Marshall really has to stop turning her head away, because as soon as she turns away, she's losing sight of where those punches are coming from. And next thing, she'll look back and she'll be on the receiving end of a nasty jab. Well, it's all gone Teakel's way so far. Again, Marshall swinging wildly and missing. She's got to get in closer if she's going to land a hook like that. That's the end of round 2. Perhaps we will go the full 3 rounds. Big audience in tonight. Fantastic attendance. Many here to support their own fighter, family and friends of those who've taken up the challenge. A 10-week boxing training course, culminating in a final fight such as the one that you see tonight. Fighters are evenly matched up, pitted against each other in a battle of will and skill and strength. Here we go for round 3. Teakel has Marshall on the ropes. Let's see what can happen here. One of the big differences here is Marshall, whoa, really sends a haymaker there into the face of Marshall. Marshall just seems to be checking her gum guard. She felt the force of that one again, turning her head away. Marshall's got to keep looking forward. If she turns her head like that, not only does she lose sight of her opponent, but she could offer a chin up for a nasty clip. She could send her to the canvas. One of the big differences you'll notice here is Teakel much more sure-footed. If you watch the feet of Marshall, you'll see she's really walking around all over the place and not in a very deliberate way. It's a slight sway and a slight stagger. But Teakel still ploughing on through. She's got to keep picking away, working at Marshall. And the fight will be hers. She's listened well to her coaches. She's taken the training advice on board. She's boxing well. But once again, Marshall, don't write her off yet. She's just come back in with another hook there that did land on the face of Teakel. It seems as soon as Teakel gets hit, she immediately responds as if to say, nope, I'm not having that. Have some of this. It's not over yet. Both fighters still. Whoa. There was a jab to the back of the head there, but Marshall did offer it up. She turned away. Both fighters go back to their corners. That's the end of the fight. There's no doubt, I think, in anyone's mind that that was Teakel by a mile. But all respect to Marshall. She put up a fight, she didn't run. But I do believe that for the first time tonight, the Gold Corner have their first win. Here we go for the judges' decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our winner in the Gold Corner, Charmaine Teakel!
Big support for Teakel, she's happy.
Zoe Marshall.
Marshall very drained. And they pose for a photo.